So welcome back to another rebuild here on NBA 2K24 Next Gen. And in today's video, we are back with another throwback rebuild. It is the LeBron era, and it is the Okc Thunder. So as I'm sure many of you know, this big three here in OKC is obviously Kevin Durant, Russell Westbrook, and James Harden. You had three MVPs on the same team at the same time. Now, obviously not all of these guys were kind of at their full potential of what they are today. Obviously historic accolades, all future first ballot Hall of Famers. This team did make a finals together, but unfortunately they ended up losing, and that was the one where LeBron did get his first championship. So our goal today is to see if we can rewrite history a little bit. This Thunder core obviously ended together on some not so great terms, so we're going to see if we can get them a championship. And as always, let me know any other video ideas down below in the comment section. Obviously there are other eras we're going to get into for some of these rebuilds, but I have really been enjoying the LeBron era. I think it's a super fun one to do. Obviously, it wasn't in 2K last year, so definitely a little bit of a newer one for me, some new teams, and I am definitely really enjoying it. So, of course, any other video ideas down below in the comment section. But yeah, man, that is it for me. And yeah, without further ado, man, let's see if we can get the Thunder a championship. Before we do get into this one, let's go ahead and quickly chat about this roster. Obviously, three different MVPs currently on this roster. Clock's turned back a little bit. They hadn't won their MVPs yet, but this is still a really talented team with this big three, and I think a championship is well within reach. So starting out here at the point guard spot, 21-year-old Westbrook is already a 93 overall. Now, third season here has definitely shown some potential, definitely shown some talent. I don't know if a 93 is warranted, but it's definitely exciting, and I'm not going to complain about the guy being very, very good. Eric Maynor is here. He's also 23. I don't know. Maybe there's a little potential there. Royal Ivy sounds somewhat familiar. I don't know if that's a real person or not, though. I might be thinking of someone else. The shooting guard spot, James Harden is only an 81 at this point, coming off his rookie campaign. Now, I am not going to have him be a sixth man. He's going to be in my starting lineup, obviously. Looking back, you know, we can tell that, you know, it would have been worth it starting James Harden, paying James Harden. We're going to do that today. Thabo Sefolosha here, obviously tremendous defensive player. I don't know if there's going to be a super big role for him on the team, but we'll see. We have Daquan Cook and then Otto Field. I have no idea who that is. Small forward spot, Kevin Durant. He's 22 years old. I mean, there's just not enough good things you can say about the guy. One of the greatest scorers in NBA history, and he's 22, and he's on our team. So that's about all I need. We have Morris Peterson here as well. I'd like maybe a little small upgrade behind KD. It's not the end of the world. Power forward spot, we have Uncle Jeff. Jeff Green, he's 24 years old here. Basically an 80 overall. I'll take it. Nick Collison, who I believe I might be thinking of somebody else. Is his jersey number retired by the Thunder? I might be thinking of someone else. I don't know that for a fact, but it could be him. Dwayne Griffin and Mark Bradley. I'm going to go out on a limb and assume these aren't real people. And then the center spot, Mr. Serge Ibaka. He's 21 years old. Dude just blocked everything back in the day. And yeah, he was super fun to watch for a long time. But he's an 83. He's definitely going to be a building block, almost a big four, if you will, on this team. And then, yeah, Russell. $5 million. I don't have a problem if 2K, you know, for whatever reason can't fill out the actual roster with the actual players that were on the team. But Russell is not going to cut it for me. And if you're going to give me a scrub, you know, 64 overall, don't pay him $6 million. That's just ridiculous for this point in time. It's just dumb. That's just my thought anyways. We're going to make a few trades. Let's get into those. Our first trade is going to come here with the Celtics. It's going to be Daquan Cook and Otto Fields, whoever the hell that is, going over to Boston. We're picking up Glenn Big Baby Davis. He's going to be my new backup center. He's 24 years old on an expiring deal, but honestly, he's not the worst option in the world, and he is an NBA champion. So very much welcome to Oklahoma City, Glenn. Excited to have you here. He's listed as a power forward. I think he actually probably played more of this 5 than he did the 4 for the Celtics. So we're just going to move him to the center spot. Overall, doesn't really change. At this point in time, obviously, it is great to go ahead and find a new backup big man besides Russell. But I wouldn't also mind maybe finding an upgrade here behind Kevin Durant. Now, it's not the worst idea in the world, or worst option, I should say. You know, having a 72 overall for 1 year behind, you know, Kevin Durant. But I wouldn't mind making a small upgrade. Let's see if we can find that. Our final trade's going to come here with the Indiana Pacers. We're going to send them Royal Ivy and Morris Peterson. We're going to be picking up Dante Jones and James Posey. Obviously, a little bit of an upgrade behind Kevin Durant at a 76 overall from Mr. Jones. So I'm excited about that. Other than that, I mean, I know I just said last trade. Is there anybody here that's like expiring? If anybody's expiring, I mean, obviously Collison. I don't think I'm probably going to trade Collison. Like, I doubt there's any, like, legitimate offers for these NPCs. Wow, that's actually... Oh, my God, we got Scal. Holy shit, I'm doing that deal 10 times out of 10. Nobody wants Russell... Wow, really? Oh, it's just a bunch of other, you know, kind of fake players with bad contracts. At least that's kind of what it looks like for me. Yeah, I don't really suspect we're going to be taking any of these deals. I mean, they're not the worst things in the world, but honestly, it is what it is. So, I mean, I could go ahead and trade Scal, but, you know, he's Scal. I want to leave the White Mamba here. So, let's set the rotation. After a few trades, we are ready for year one here in Oklahoma City. This team is obviously immensely talented. We picked up some more bench depth, and I think we're in a really good spot to hopefully go ahead and make a finals push. Now, obviously, this team is still really young. It's definitely something to keep in mind, but obviously, you know, the talent here on paper anyways, you know, it's definitely very good. So Russ and Harden in the same backcourt. Obviously, you know, you flashback, or I guess not flashback, you advance to now. This is actually what the Clippers backcourt looks like. Just, you know, a little bit older for both these guys. Kevin Durant here at the 3. We have Jeff Green at the 4, and then Serge Ibaka at the 5. Really no surprises 1 through 5. Bench unit will be led by Thabo Sefolosha. New addition Glenn Davis, Dante Jones, Nick Collison, and then Eric Maynor. So by no means is, like, you know, this the greatest bench in the world. It definitely could use some work at some point in time, but honestly, for a year one with a starting 5 this talented, I'm not too worried about it. So I believe, if my memory is correct, and don't hold me to this, that this would not have been the year that the Thunder actually made the finals. I think it would have been the next year, because I think 2010, 2011, that was LeBron's first year in Cleveland. And, you know, Dirk came in and kind of did his thing. So I think, if my memory is correct, this would be the year prior to the Thunder making the finals. So let's see if we can rewrite some history. Year one is officially over. We go 61-21 on the regular season, and that is a really good starting point because we honestly didn't really make many moves. So very happy about that. LeBron James, first year in Miami, is your MVP. I mean, that's just absolutely insane. Boogie Cousins is your rookie of the year. Oh my God, dude. People forget how dominant Boogie Cousins was. I mean, injuries obviously kind of derailed the man's career a little bit, but I just remember, like, in my young childhood, not that young, but like watching him dominate was so fun. Manu Ginobili is your 6th man of the year. Dwight Howard is your D-Boy. Jordan Farmar, most improved. Rick Carlisle does win coach of the year there in Dallas. So yeah, they do take the 1 seed, and that's fine. We're the 2 seed here. Let's take a full look at the standings right now. We were 8 games behind Dallas. Obviously a little more of a veteran group there. But yeah, I think we're up to the challenge. I really do. Here's a look at the East. Feel free to pause if you wish. And let's dive into the numbers a little bit. See how everybody played on the season. It was Kevin Durant, Russell Westbrook, James Harden. I'd like that scoring to go up a little bit. I don't know when that's going to go up, but yeah, I mean, I don't expect James Harden to be an MVP for him, but, you know, we'd like that scoring. He's a third option on this team. That could maybe jump a few. I don't know. Serge Ibaka led us in boards, and then assists was Russell Westbrook. He was dominant as ever. So it is us in the Warriors here in round 1. You got baby Steph, not baby Steph, you know, second year Steph, but still very good. Monte Ellis, Rodney Carney, Darrell Wright, Vladimir Radmanovich, holy shit, Jeremy Lin. All right, I mean, I think this Warriors team is definitely beatable. I'm not going to sit here and pretend that, you know, second year Steph Curry and Monte Ellis are going to take down, you know, us. That's just where I'm at. We are 2-2. Okay, hang with me a minute. Thank you. Okay, well, that was a little bit of a scare in round 1. We're moving on to the Lakers. Definitely a little bit more of a veteran team. You got Kirk Heinrich. Obviously, the late, great Kobe Bryant, Ron Artest, Lamar Odom, Pau Gasol. You got Shannon Brown, Matt Barnes, Derek Fisher. Didn't Derek Fisher win like 4 rings? Holy shit. All right, let's see if we can get through the tried and tested Lakers here in the Western Conference semifinals. We're tied up 2-2 with them. We go down 3-2, and we get bounced. Kobe ends up getting the best of us. I wouldn't mind taking a look at the statistics here from that second round. You know, just genuinely curious how everybody played through whatever that was, 4, 5, 6 games. Yeah, Harden's got to be a little better. I think that kind of goes without being said. I'd like a few more points out of Russ. KD was very good. It is what it is. We're still young. All right, so we're officially heading into offseason number 1. Wow. It is the 2 teams that actually met up in the finals in real life, and I believe that I just saw that Dirk and the Mavericks blew a 3-1 lead. LeBron gets his first championship a year earlier, and oh my God. All right, player retirements. Shaquille O'Neal, Celtic Shaq, the greatest meme of all time. Kurt Thomas, Theo Ratliff, Joe Smith, Grant Hill. All right, cool. Staff retirements, awesome. Hall of Fame, Shaq, no surprise there. Jersey retirements, Grant Hill's a Hall of Famer, come on. All right, so adopt the incremental luxury tax. Obviously, that makes sense. You got the Wizards changing their logo. Knicks doing the same. Nothing for us here. So draft lottery, 95% sure that, you know, the Thunder don't have any lottery picks that they traded for. Let's just sim through this real quick. It is the Bucks, the Kings, the Pistons, the Raptors, and the Jazz as your top 5. So currently, Scott Brooks is the head coach of this team. Actually has some really good ratings. I'm not going to move on from him. I think it makes sense to keep him with ratings like that. And honestly, again, you know, if next year we lose in the second round, maybe we'll go ahead, take a deeper look at the coaching position. But for now, Scott Brooks has good ratings. He can stay. So we do have the 26th overall pick, which is definitely nice. I think, obviously, this is the 2012 draft class. So, I mean, there are real players here. If I'm thinking about this positionally, I wouldn't mind making an upgrade, with some sort of big man. Now, looking at the options here, obviously, there aren't, a lot elite big men. So I probably won't trade up too much into this class. I mean, we have our point guard, shooting guard, small forward all set. Ibaka can play the 4 or the 5, but I don't really see any power forwards or centers here that I'm loving. I mean, obviously, Valanciunas worked out decently well, but I don't think he'll be there at our pick, and I don't really think I'm going to be trading up for him. Vucevic could be an option. Let's just see who's there. I'm not going to trade up. We're just going to sit right at our pick at whatever it is, 26 or whatever. And yeah, it looks like we do have some decent options here. Well, you got Isaiah Thomas here. Holy shit. All right, so there's definitely some good pieces I could bring in. Maybe Bojan Bogdanovic. Bismack Biyombo was great. Dude, Bismack Biyombo got a bag, and he honestly deserved it. He was playing really well in Toronto. But I'm not seeing any of those big men that I was looking at before. So you know what? I'm thinking of a couple different options. It's either going to be probably Bogdanovic, probably not Biyombo. I think we're kind of good at the center spot. Maybe Isaiah Thomas, because we could use an upgrade at that backup center spot. You know what? I love IT. I'm a Celtics fan. You all know this. I love Isaiah Thomas. I'm going to take IT. Welcome to Oklahoma City. I don't know if he's ever going to reach that full potential here, but I'm excited to have him nonetheless. He's 72 overall. All right, team player options. Everybody's coming back, obviously, in an unrealistic rebuild. We're going to go ahead and do that. We're definitely going to give Jeff Green there a qualifying offer. And yeah, now we enter free agency. I don't know how much money we're really going to have here to spend. I can't imagine it's too much. Oh, wow, we actually do have some money. Oh, shit. Okay. So, yeah, I mean, there are definitely some guys here like Joakim Noah or Al Horford would be great. Zach Randolph is 30, but definitely not a horrible option. You got a young Marc Gasol here who is restricted. But honestly, any of these guys I think would be really kind of good, viable options for a new big man next to Ibaka. That's no disrespect to Jeff Green. I just think, honestly, I'd like to make an upgrade. So let's see if we can do that. Let's see. So, I mean, I'm just curious. I think Al Horford would probably be number 1. He is restricted, and I'm assuming that Atlanta's probably going to match whatever he gets, but no, why not? We'll throw an offer here at Al Horford. I'll probably do the same here. I got to keep in mind that, okay, you know what? I'm not even going to make an offer to Joakim Noah because, 1, he's restricted. 2, the Bulls, he's just going to go back to the Bulls. And even if he were to accept an offer we gave him, they're going to match it. Let's just be real. He's restricted. So we're going to focus our attention somewhere else. We're going to throw an offer here at Zach Randolph. Would not mind picking him up. And then finally, we're going to throw an offer at Marc Gasol. Obviously, ended up being a very, very good big man. So let's just see. Are any of these teams going to allow me to maybe go ahead and sign somebody here? So it looks like Zach Randolph is going to be an option for us. Now, I don't know. Marc Gasol will probably get matched if I had to, go out on a limb and take a guess. Randolph is 30, but he was really good. I'm gonna go ahead and pick up Zach Randolph. So we're not gonna sign Marc Gasol. I mean, obviously, maybe long term Gasol was a little bit better, but I also think he's gonna get matched. So 30 is definitely interesting, but we are trying to win now. Collison can go not for 10 million. Jeff Green, that's a big ass cap hold. I don't want to let the Davis go either. Cool. Okay, so we actually probably could have gotten Marc Gasol if we wanted him. Not the end of the world. I'm very happy with Zach Randolph here. So welcome back, or not welcome back. Welcome, Zach Randolph. Excited to have you here. And then at this point in time, just kind of taking a look at the bench, we definitely could use some work. I wouldn't mind trying to bring back Jeff Green. I just don't know if it's a possibility at this point in time. So let's just look him up. Let's just see Jeff Green. Any possibility we can... Oh, wow. The game actually is going to let me re-sign him. Okay, cool. I'm very excited to have Jeff Green back here. And then in terms of maybe going out and getting Glenn Davis back. Big baby. Is that a possibility? That's Baron Davis. Son of a bitch, this game. No, it doesn't. Oh, well, hang on a second. Okay, Glenn Davis coming back on a 2-year deal. All right, so we're going to make some trades at this point in time. I wouldn't mind making an upgrade here at the backup 3. And other than that, I'm pretty excited right now. We're making a big trade here with the Chicago Bulls. We're going to go ahead and pick up Kyle Korver. Now, obviously, he's not the traditional backup 3 that maybe we were looking for, but obviously tremendous sharpshooter. Definitely going to welcome him off the bench. And then I know I got Taj Gibson in the last LeBron era rebuild I did. I will try to find a trade if it's necessary. I do want to go ahead and check and see what happens to Jeff Green if I move him to the 3. He actually goes up. So Jeff Green's going to stay, meaning I'll probably go ahead and end up keeping Gibson, which isn't the end of the world. But I also do want to get Isaiah Thomas some minutes. That could be my Celtics bias, but... yeah, I mean, we're going to have Jeff Green behind KD, and Gibson's going to back up Randolph. So I'm going to go ahead and probably trade Posey and trade Cephalosha. I mean, honestly, I just don't really need them at this point in time. I mean, Cephalosha is on a multi-year contract, so maybe it's not the best idea to trade him, but I can get like a... Ooh, the Bucks sucked last year. They had the number 1 overall pick. They did draft Kawhi. I feel like the Bobcats are probably going to be dog water. Yeah, they might be bad enough for Thabo Cephalosha. That's fine by me. So, I mean, other than that, at this point in time, I mean, James Posey really doesn't have a role here. So if anybody wants to give me a draft pick, Cleveland. That's a swap. I hate swaps. We'll do this in 2023 or 2013, not 2023. And then Darrell Reed just, again, really doesn't really have a spot here. So thank you very much, Memphis. So definitely good picking up some future assets, and we have finalized this team. I think we're in a really good spot right now. I'll see you guys at the start of year 2. We had a very fun offseason here in Oklahoma City, and we are ready for year 2 that definitely could be special. Here's a look at the starting 5. Obviously, Russell Westbrook, James Harden, Kevin Durant, none of those players changed. Good to see James Harden progressing a little bit. Newly acquired Zach Randolph, big free agent signing for us. Obviously, as I mentioned, he was 30 years old. He goes down to single overall. Not the end of the world. We see some nice progression here in Serge Ibaka. Jeff Green takes over as the 6th man off the bench, followed by Glenn Davis, Taj Gibson, Kyle Korver, and Isaiah Thomas. So what a team, man. I think we've upgraded this bench. The starting 5 has definitely seen some upgrades through progression, through acquisition. We're in a really good spot right now. So championship? We'll find out. I'll see you guys at the end of year 2. I screwed up again and was scrolling through Twitter as the season simmed, and I missed it. But Russell Westbrook won an MVP. I'm assuming we were pretty goddamn good. Kawhi Leonard went number 1 overall. He is your rookie of the year. Goran Dragic, 6th man of the year in Phoenix. Dwight Howard, 2nd defensive player of the year. Goran Dragic also wins most improved, and holy shit, we went 74-8, giving us the best record in NBA history. That is absolutely insane, and I'm feeling pretty goddamn good right now. So we're still relatively young. I think, obviously, it's a great regular season. It's just, can we do it in the playoffs this time? So time will tell. We will find out. Looks like everything here is pretty much how I kind of expected it to be. Rebounds was Randolph, and assists was Russell Westbrook. So it is us and the 8-seeded Timberwolves here in round 1. Yeah, I mean, Kevin Love and Marc Gasol would have been a super fun front court, but there's just no way this team's even touching us. With all due respect. Okay, we win in 5. Moving on to the Clippers, who, at this point in time, wow, why is Blake Griffin playing the 3? Interesting. Okay, I don't really think that the Clippers are getting out of the second round here. People forget Clippers never used to be able to get out of the second round. Not that they, do much these days. I mean, they did once in, 2021, but we all know what that means. Okay, it's us and the Dallas Mavericks, who lost the finals last year. They lost to LeBron, kind of changed history a little bit. This team's definitely on the older side, but they are still very good. So definitely something to keep in mind as we do go up 2-0, make it 3-0, and make it a clean sweep. We're going to be taking on the Boston Celtics here in the NBA Finals, who, much like the Dallas Mavericks, a little bit older, but still very, very good. So, you got 3, maybe 4 Hall of Famers here in the starting 5. So let's see what ends up happening here. We drop game 1. We do win game 2. Drop game 3, tie it up 2-2, go up 3-2, and we're heading back to TD Garden here. Can we close out the Celtics on their own floor? Come on. Let the Young Bucks thrive here in Boston. Can we just go ahead and close them out, hold this lead? I'll see you guys in there. Unless tragedy strikes, this we should be fine. I mean, that's just the simplest way to put it. This should be a championship here in year 2. We're going to try to hold this lead the best we can. If we blow this, I need to retire from playing 2K, I think. I think that's just kind of the best way to put it, because there's absolutely no way I should blow this lead. But yeah, I guess we can chat about this Thunder core. Obviously, it didn't really work out, and there are tons of what-ifs. Kind of starting with the biggest one, does this core win a championship if you end up, paying James Harden probably what he deserved? And I mean, there's also the what-if of, does James Harden ever progress to an MVP level if he never goes to Houston? I mean, nobody really does know that for a fact. I think James Harden was obviously talented in Oklahoma City. He was never nearly as talented as he was, say, in Houston. But I think there's still an argument that, keeping this big 3 together eventually would have won a championship. So, you look back on the Thunder and some of these teams, even without James Harden, when all these Thunder teams were playing the Warriors, what seemed like every single year in the playoffs, it just never felt like they could get over the hump. Obviously, we look back at the 3-1 lead they had against the Thunder, against the Golden State Warriors. They obviously ended up blowing that, and then that next offseason, Kevin Durant ended up departing for the Warriors. So, I mean, this OKC Big 3 is just such a what-if. Without a doubt, the talent was there for them to get it done. It was just like something always went wrong. And so, whether it was just them being too young against LeBron in the, 2012 finals, or, just trading away James Harden when they obviously, looking back, would not have. It's just so many things went wrong. But another crazy what if that would have obviously been a game changer for the NBA, because I think you would have paid the luxury tax for James Harden. So I think that's a safe bet at this point in time, if you will. So obviously looking 10 years ahead now, obviously some things have changed. Russell Westbrook, James Harden still don't have a ring. KD has 2 rings, but they are what they are. So maybe it's crazy to think about. I almost wish every single day that Kevin Durant stayed a member of the Thunder. I do. I think at one point they probably would have gotten at least one. I do. I stand by that because, I mean, think about it. They were this close to beating the Warriors anyways. I mean, they were up 3-1. I don't know if you really can get much closer. And obviously KD departs and creates that Warrior super team. Now, that Warrior super team obviously isn't really there. I mean, they're still very good in that next season, but they're not nearly as good without Kevin Durant. So it's just kind of my take on it. We're all set here. We're going to win it. I will see you guys with the Finals MVP. A Year 2 championship always feels great. Russell Westbrook gets that ring and gets that Finals MVP. You love to see it. So player retirements, cool. Staff retirements, historic changes. We're changing. Oh, they're going to the Brooklyn Nets now. And the Bobcats changed their logo. So draft lottery. I know we traded for a couple picks. I saw a Thunder logo. It's the Charlotte one. I don't know if it had any protections on it. It did not. It's at number 9. So that's actually not a bad pick. Could maybe pick up a bench piece or two. Scott Brooks will stay, as obviously it would be dumb to fire your championship winning head coach. And the 9th overall pick is definitely good. We also have 29 in number 30. So might move up a spot or two. If we take a look at the 2012 or 20. Yeah, this is 2012. Anthony Davis would be incredible. This draft class overall wise, besides, Davis, Beal, Dame, Draymond even here, wasn't super great. I mean, I think there's some options definitely here for us. I wouldn't mind trying to pick up Dame. I mean, obviously heading into the final season, he's not going to be, Dame, but he might be an upgrade over Isaiah Thomas. I don't really know. So let's see if we can maybe move up to like number 2, number 3. The Warriors, funny enough, have the 2nd overall pick. I don't think they would have drafted Damian Lillard anyways, but I don't really want to risk it. So I'm going to offer up. These are all the 3 picks I have this year. This is obviously Isaiah Thomas, who will be getting replaced, and I have about 48,000 other draft picks that I don't really need. So I could have maybe gotten Anthony Davis. I don't really need him. So, yeah, the Timberwolves actually have Marc Gasol and Kevin Love, so I'll be interested to see what they do there. But, yeah, we're going to go ahead, and we are going to select Damian Lillard. He is going to be my backup point guard for the final season. I think that's a very good draft pick for us. So he's only a 76 overall, not the end of the world. Everybody here is going to be coming back. In terms of any major changes to this team, I don't see anything crazy coming. I do want to make sure I get Russell Westbrook back. That's obviously pretty important. But yeah, there's really no other moves coming that are probably too major. So let me just confirm that we don't have to do anything else. So Russ is back, and then, yeah, I don't really see anything else coming. So, yeah, fuck it. Let's run it back. See you guys at the start of the 3rd and final season. Last year, we had the best record in NBA history on our way to a championship. Now, obviously, that is great, but we have turned the page. It is time before a new season. It is going to be the final one here in OKC. So, Russell Westbrook, James Harden, Kevin Durant, Zach Randolph, Serge Ibaka. I have no idea why Ibaka's overall going down. I don't know. Maybe he's not getting the touches he wants. Who the fuck cares? Jeff Green, Glenn Davis, Damian Lillard, Kyle Korver, and Taj Gibson. It would have been great if, we had 3 more years of Dame, but obviously we do not. But this team is still very, very good, and I fully expect to win another championship. So I'll see you guys at the end of year 3. I broke 2K. I broke 2K. Not only my best record yet in 2K24, this might be my best record I've ever had. Not 82-0, but 81-1. I'm at a loss for words. I don't even know if I've ever done that. Insane. I mean, that's all I really got. I mean, I think I've maybe done 82-0 once. 81-1 is rare. That rarely happens to me. That is absolutely insane. We didn't lose a game at home. I mean, just what? I knew this team was good. I did not think we would be this good. I mean, this is insane. I don't really know. I don't really have any other words. I think it's safe to say that we're going to probably beat everybody, but 81 wins? Really? I mean, that's just a bit of a surprise for me, honestly. We lose more games in the second round of the playoffs than we did all year. I mean, just crazy to think about. There have been, I've done challenges in the past. I think I call it, the easy challenge or whatever, that I had, the sim difficulty and everything, all the other difficulties all the way down, and I still didn't win 81 games. In this normal throwback rebuild, I won 81 games. Wow. Just insane. Obviously, this is a bit of a test. Oh, shit. I mean, I meant to hit game, not sim round. I guess it wasn't that big of a test. I don't know. I mean, this team is obviously immensely talented. I don't know about 81 wins, though. That's fucking wild. That's fucking wild. Obviously, if everybody on this team was in their prime, 81 wins would maybe seem a little bit more feasible, but I don't know, dude. That's just so insane to me. Insane. Anyways, I had a ton of fun in this one. I hope you guys enjoyed watching it. Obviously, this is not the most challenging team to rebuild in the LeBron era. I think for the next one in the LeBron era, I want to do a dog shit team. I want to do the Charlotte Bobcats or maybe even the Bucks at this time. They stunk. So, I don't know. I'll do whatever. Let me know down below in the comment section what else, along with obviously there's other eras and other historic rebuilds we can do. Yeah, that was crazy. I had fun with this one. Hopefully you guys enjoyed as well. That's it for me. As always, thanks so much for watching. I love you guys. I'll catch you guys on the next one.